Jill coming out from the ground every 4 years. Yeah, because she's not a real political advocate for change or whatever. She's just a grifter who gets campaign money and book deals off of arriving like every 4 years to you know, she takes the Russian check, she goes out there, she pretends that she's doing anything for American political, you know, for third parties or for the broader you know, the context, and then she leaves again. Yeah, she's like a cicada. Is there actual evidence that she's a Russian shill? I mean, she said a lot of stuff that seems like weirdly inclined towards the Russian worldview. If you take a look at comments that she's made on stuff like NATO, or the way she's phrased those comments, and then, you know, we know for a fact she's had both a financial and personal association with various Kremlin organized events in a way that's kind of weird for an American third party candidate. You know, there's nothing about being a member of the American Green Party that means you need to be buddy with Russia. There's literally nothing about that requires that, you know. It's not at all a necessary feature of the job. The Russian effort to divert votes to Jill Stein was more extensive than people thought. 1,000 tweets. That's like more than 100 tweets. She literally had dinner with Michael Flynn and Vladimir Putin. Yeah, I remember this. A 2015 gala. Michael Flynn, Vladimir Putin, Emir Kusturica, Willie Wimmer, Maja Kusturica's or Emir's wife, Jill Stein, Dmitry Peskov, Sergei Ivanov, Alexei Gromov, Cyril Svo. Yep, it's a lot of Russian names. Pretty spooky. Sounds pretty spooky. It's always the Stein supporters who call pro-Ukrainians fascists and are pro-Assad. Yeah, if you go on Twitter and you see anyone who has the red triangle emoji in their name, and you see them like talking about how you personally haven't suffered enough as a Westerner or whatever, look in their post history, 100% chance they're pro-Assad, you know? You could show them babies like melted by mustard gas dropped by the Syrian government. They'd be like, well, shouldn't, those are pro-Western babies, man. Also open a window, you know? Literally saw that today, yeah. Twitter leftists have a weird tendency to be red fash. I mean, leftists in general, but they're not really leftists. They're just anti-American. People are so quick to fall. Oh, you hate America? You must be a leftist. No, I'm sorry. There are ideologies that don't like America that aren't leftist. Like, lots of them. It's not a good indicator. What is this? Left-wing third-party movements are going really well. Unfamiliar as I am with this.
I interviewed Dr. Stein, who's obviously running for the Green Party nomination. She didn't outright say you should drop out, but she did insinuate that, you know,
but she said put personal ambition aside and drop out. Who does she think she is? She doesn't think she has personal ambition. She said explicitly her addiction to running for election. The Green Party itself, given its wonderful history that I support in many ways, but it's never been fundamentally committed in fighting the legacy of white supremacy and its connection to cap. It's done some wonderful things. It got wonderful people.
Why is he still running? He's got child support payments he needs to pay off. He's got to make sure the book deals are lucrative. Won't work if he drops out too early.
In my experience with her arrogance, her condescension, her haughtiness, reeking of racist sensibility that I could go into, that I've refused to go into up till now, I got all kind of details on that in relation to the Green Party in my campaign, brother. I can tell you that, right, but I'm not going to go into that.
We got a little time if you want to share.
No, I just want the people.
Seems like things are going well over here in the third party space. West is many things, but not a grifter. I mean, I guess he could also be kind of dumb. I mean, it's one of those two, basically. It's kind of the dumb or gullible. I mean, you can interpret dumb in a bunch of different ways, but yeah. Are they just both dumb? Do they watch me? No? Then yeah, obviously. Cornel West is totally a grifter. He charges $10,000 to appear in a Zoom call. 10,000. Jesus Christ. That's definitely a real presidential campaign right there. Live event fee, 50 to 100,000. Virtual event fee, 10,000. So 10,000 is the lower point. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Hey, man, he's got back taxes to pay. He owes the government a lot of money, okay? I don't know. It's like OnlyFans, but I don't respect it. True. Well, if it's like a DNC event speaking fee, I support him. Yeah, but the difference is that he's currently running, you know? You'd think his motivation right now would be getting himself out there, like, really, really, really aggressively. You know, typically when presidential candidates are on, like, currently running, they're not like, $50,000 to show up to your event. I mean, you need money, but usually you do that through, like, charity fundraisers or whatever. It paints a very different picture, you know? $10,000. Very important news. A judge blocked RFK Jr. from being on the New York ballot because he lied about his residency. The article in the end says he might be expelled from ballots in state across the country due to this. Man, but I want him to stay on the ballot because it'd be funny. He might pull votes away from Trump. Judge rules against RFK Jr. in a fight to be on New York's ballot, says he is not a state resident. God, that skinny tie that he always wears looks so awful. Yeah, can this judge, like, dial it back a little bit? Just a little bit? The lawsuit backed by a Democrat-aligned political action committee. No! Don't you know what you're doing? It claims Kennedy's state nominating petition falsely listed a residence in well-to-do Katona while actually living in the LA area since 2014 when he married Curb Your Enthusiasm actor Cheryl Hines. Kennedy argued during the trial he has lifelong ties to New York and intends to move back. That's not how that works. Oh my God, for a decade? Idiot. During the trial, which ran for less than 4 days, Kennedy maintained that he began living in New York when he was 10. He currently rents a room in his friend's home in Katona. He rents a room in his friend's home in Katona. However, he's already testified he has only slept in that room once due to his constant campaign travel. Are you kidding me, dude? Jesus Christ. Why do you need to be a New York resident? Because he lied in his campaign application form. You have to put down your permanent residential address. I assume, I've never run for president, but I assume that's the case. And he put down a New York address, even though he lives in LA. Like, he didn't need to lie, he just did. Yeah, it seems like a meaningless lie. I have no idea why he would lie with this. He could have run for president from LA. Am I a resident of New York? Not physically. Not physically. Yeah. Maybe this is his way to justify dropping out in a stealthy way. No, it's a Democratic PAC pushing for this. It's not him. He's just a moron. This headline, Larry David wants to make it absolutely clear he does not support RFK Jr.'s presidential campaign. Well, that's nice. Have several voters. Kennedy told reporters last week getting knocked off the ballot in New York could lead to lawsuits in other states where his campaign lists the same address. He's so stupid, dude. He's so stupid. Oh my God. Is this like a Kennedy thing? Did he not want to be from LA as a Kennedy? I have no idea. It's a lawyer thing. I think a lawyer would probably choose the right address. That's probably true, Nerodia. He definitely doesn't think the law applies to him. He's a Kennedy. Also, like, he was asked straight up, did you sexually assault your babysitter? And he was like, yeah, I never said I was a church boy. Also, I have other skeletons in my closet. It's like, what? Law doesn't apply to them. It's a worm thing, you wouldn't get it. Hey.